Hey, my name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns, and you're watching my channel where we play awesome Star Wars games. It's Star Wars Saturdays. It's the last day of 2022. And due to a change in schedules, I had this Saturday free and wanted to play a game. And these fine folks, my friends, jumped on to play with me. We are playing 2400 Cosmic Highway. It's from Jason Tochi of Pretendo Games. It is lo-fi sci-fi. It's a tramp freighter style game. Little Han Solo Chewie action, or maybe Lando and L3 action. Who knows? That kind of stuff going on. And we, before we started, rolled for the job, got two to choose from, and then cleverly decided that both happened. So they have the crew of the Rich goes over to the tab of the ship because I can't remember the ship's name. The Swift Sun Chaser. That sounds familiar to me. That sounds really familiar as but just now realize that sounds exactly like a Darius ship that may have existed in a previous game. That's okay. It is not that ship. It just, things get
three captains ago. Yeah.
3 captains ago. So the two jobs that were chosen were claim a bounty on an accused terrorist. This is in Zinj's empire, so it's imperial control. A terrorist could very well be a rebel, could be a bad person. We will figure that out. The other job was transport vials, which are fragile with hallucinogens. And the choice was for the transport vials, but the wrinkle that was suggested was that you have killed the bounty on the accused terrorist. So let's figure out as we go. The first thing, we will have to name our terrorist, and I'm going to roll a d20 on our die roller. I'm probably not going to like the result and just pick one, but this is the name. They are known as Joshi. Joshi, such a cute name for such a dastardly individual. But Joshi is our... Oh, man, a Leppy? Like a little bunny person? Oh, it's totally...
They're the worst. They're the worst.
Cool. So you guys are on the planet of Findar. The planet of Findar is, because of Star Wars, lots of grains, and basically one planet is one general climate type. So this is a heartland style planet where there's a reasonable bit of agriculture, but it's been farmed, so things have fallen a bit into disarray. You are just outside of a tiny unknown village that doesn't even have a name. Maybe it's called Puddle, maybe it's called Speck, and there is a bar there where you found the Leppy Joshi and killed Joshi. So you'll claim that bounty later. Not sure why you guys who don't have bounty hunting licenses took on a bounty. Maybe you were just after the vials, but we pick up with you guys having taken this bounty and the vials. You're leaving the planet of Findar and headed back to... You're transporting everything to Spaceport Trident Vespa. So if we take a look at our... Rich loves sharing screens. Just going to have to enjoy it. It's all we can do. So we take a look at our cool little mappy map that I have. Hopefully you see it. Yay! It's all right. Awesome. You're currently in Findar. You need to get to Spaceport Trident Vespa. It's kind of a straight shot. The problem is that it is not on a major trading route, which means that you're going to have to do a few jumps, a few hops to get there. The first hop that you took from Findar to the next system over, an unnamed, uncharted system, is where we begin. And Rich has to pause because I can't look at the screen to see the names of the characters because that's not a thing Google Meets does. Darn you, Google! Why can't you fix it? Grask, you are piloting the pauses to look at name again. The Sun Chaser. I started to say Sunrider. I knew I was going to blow it off. Yeah, it's throwing me off. Sun Chaser. Write it down on the screen.
You also can't see pronouns, which I absolutely dislike. Because I don't know if you're all he, hims. I don't want to get it wrong if somebody's a they, them. So.
Darka is she, her.
Yeah, no, with the players themselves, actually. I know that Darka's she, her. But,
yes.
Yeah.
Based on the
actually,
yes.
players put pronouns in the character keeper.
Oh, right, you're right.
But,
Okay.
yeah, still not nearly as easy.
No, it's not as easy. Absolutely. Get all our Zoom bitches, or not our Zoom bitches, our meets bitches out, because these are helpful for me in evaluating, which I use in 2023. So you come
Rich,
out
before you set that up, I wanted to throw something in. Of my understanding was that we were not supposed to kill this. Like we went to get the bounty, accidentally killed Joshi, and then we were like, "Oh, well, let's take these vials." Okay. You kind of playing the why did you take a bounty? We had no idea what we were doing. We really carved it
awesome. I like the idea. So you were going after the bounty and things went awry and you killed Joshi. So now you have the stuff. Maybe that sounds great. I like that a lot. Awesome. So when you came out of hyperspace, it was an unscheduled drop out of hyperspace, Grask, because evidently the chart you had plotted, the Nava computer was not aware of an asteroid field. So we begin with you guys having to transport, per the job, vials, which are fragile, filled with hallucinogens, to Spaceport Trident Vespa. And you're in the middle of an asteroid field. Like literally you stopped, you pulled up straight with a huge potato-sized asteroid coming towards the Sun Chaser. Grask, what do you do? Well, is Sabine frozen? I think Sabine is frozen.
Oh dear.
Sabine's definitely frozen, or Sabine would have said something in response. Dang it. Let's jump to, I think that Bud, you would be the person that is normally put in charge of dangerous things for no good reason.
Yeah,
so
No good reason.
not a good reason to put him in charge. But maybe a good reason to have someone there. You are watching the stuff. And the ship begins shaking violently, and I'm curious what you do. First of all, where have you taken these vials? I imagine it's a large crate worth of vials filled with these hallucinogens.
Yeah. So on our ship, it looks like there's two cargo holds, sort of to the left and the right of the engines.
Yeah.
I imagine I'm in 7, key location 7. And Bud's sitting there. He's playing like Sabak, but it's like the solitaire version of Sabak. Got the cards laid out, and as we pop out of hyperspace, like some of the things slides up. Yeah, Kark gets up, and then all the bottles start to rattle inside the crates. And there's like nets over them to hold them in place. So Bud just starts grabbing like the ratchet straps and like, gotta tighten these down, gotta make it tighter. Ooh. Like
awesome.
The Jenga tower.
I think there's some challenge here. This could be a problem. I want to see a roll on the board. So let's
do a roll.
Let's have you do the thing.
Now, I believe, as I have set that up, this would be a labor roll.
Yeah, I'm into that. And you set it up to where you can use your cool D8. You're good at this.
I'm decent. Bud's decent. All right. Here we go.
All right, you are looking for a 5 or better for full success.
That's a 6.
Okay, that's awesome. The higher the roll, the better. So you exceeded the success. What is the bit of flourish that we add at the end here as you are successful?
So as described, Bud is like tightening down these straps on the thing, and one of the crates just like starts to slide off the stack as like everything else is getting tightened. This one's getting kind of pushed out, and just happens to see it at the right moment, jumps over a strap and like holds it up with his body, just like ha,
That's pretty classy.
and then hits the comlink. Darka, you there?
So Captain, it sounds like someone's oh no, Darka, the gunner. Yeah. Sorry. I got this the thing.
Yeah, I'm here. What do you need now, Bud?
What's going on? Everything's shifting back here.
We're kind of busy right now. I mean, we're in the middle of an asteroid field, so yeah, you just keep doing your job and we'll do ours.
What's he complaining about now?
And I just clicked the common unit off.
Awesome. There is a giant potato-shaped asteroid coming straight at you, Darka. You are the gunner. What do you want to do about that?
So I kind of want to shoot, but I have all these great explosives, but I don't know how I can't get them out. I can't get them out of the ship. So I think I'm just gonna shoot these. Hey, we really need some upgrades to these weapons. Why don't we have better guns on this thing? We need, if you're gonna fly us into an asteroid field, we need better guns to get out of here. So yeah, I think I'm gonna shoot.
Awesome. So you're going to be taking a shot, and I think that sounds good to me. Let's figure that out. So you are, as our gunner, you're good at shooting. Oh my goodness, you are so good at shooting. Huh, that's impressive. So you're going to be rolling a d12, again, looking for a 5 or better. Good luck.
So I got a 10.
So that's double the rate of success that you needed. What does that look like?
I think I compensate for some of the piloting that's going on with the ship as it's going in and out, and as the big giant potato comes up, I blast through it so that we have a space to get through the potato. It kind of splits and cracks so that we can pilot our way straight through that.
Awesome.
You don't need better guns. Look at that. No challenge if you have better guns.
Somebody wanted to buy an armory, so I don't know who that was, but that's why we don't have better guns.
Cool.
That's some good shooting right there, Darko. That's what we're talking about.
I do my job, you do yours.
Joshi. Oh, nice. Very, very good. Good work. But Grask, you're in the middle of an asteroid field. You probably want to do something about that. Luckily, that asteroid that was about to hit you is now split in half. So if you were to like turn the pancake side, you could just slip right through, no problem, I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll just try that maybe. That sounds like, we have these, I think we have some thrusters that make us better at that stuff, don't we?
Let's see. In your sublight drive, you have upgraded with maneuvering thrusters, helping evasion.
Yep. Seems like that might help.
It is.
So I get to roll a D8, I guess, for piloting.
You do,
right?
That makes sense.
And do I get a D6?
It helps evasion. So we'll use the help rules. So the help rules are an extra D6. So you're helped by, you roll an extra D6. So you roll whatever your skill for piloting is. You get to roll an extra D6 because you're helped with evasion.
Okay.
D8 and a D6. I think that's what you already said. I'm stumbling through the rules. So
yes, it's fine. Yeah, I've rolled 2 4s, so it's not great.
For me, it's great. Like, just personally, I'm kind of happy to see you guys have a setback. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Nice.
Nice. A lesser conquest or partial success at risking death, you're maimed. You're not risking death. But I think what happens is you guys twist, and I'll give the captain a hard choice here. Either the sensors, the communications, or the hull takes some damage from this fancy flying.
Let's see. So you said comms, sensors, or hull. Got it. I feel like let's do either comms or sensors could be fun. I'm gonna go sensors.
Awesome. So Grask, you flip over to the side to get through the split that's been opened up by Darko.
One rules question before we do this: can we use the hull armor to break harmlessly for defense instead of losing our thrusters?
If you want, it's one break though. So just so we're clear, you can if you want, but that means that then you don't have the whole armor for anything else. But yeah, if you want to use that
for any other damage. I don't know. That's Captain. What do you think? Should we?
No, I thought that one was boring.
Okay.
That doesn't give us any story. It's just we check the box.
Oh,
and
okay. You're right. You're right. Okay, fine. So we lose the sensors. So I'll just say, hey, we lost the sensors. Some asteroid got us. It's an asteroid field.
Seems like a bad thing to lose in an asteroid field.
Yeah, what are we doing?
That's true. That's true. Somebody needs to maybe check. Do we have a radar or something here? Or maybe I should repair it. That would be easier.
We had sensors.
Yeah, well, I can repair them, but I can't fly and repair stuff.
I'll suit up.
Yeah, okay. Let me talk you through that. But just saying, that might help. Yeah.
Is repair a skill? I'm not seeing it.
Yes, it is. It's kind of engines, I think, right? No, there's
under engines. Okay, got it.
I think engines would be the necessary skill to repair them.
Engines could be. Unfortunately, Grask, you're kind of busy piloting.
Yeah, but I feel that will enable me to help, but right, if he tells me.
Sure.
Okay.
It enables you as long as you're still successful at doing both. But yeah, that's not a bad idea. I'm sure no problem will come from.
No,
maybe Darko should do it. I'm kind of busy with the bottles back here.
Always excuses with that one.
And we need Darko to fire a spree out just to get some random asteroids. We don't see. We're flying blind, and having kind of somebody kind of blowing up stuff in front of us might be a good idea. Maybe the captain can do it, just for a change. I mean,
where is the captain as all of this has been going on?
In the captain's chair. I think right next to Darka is what I was imagining. And kind of like bantering back and forth. Like I imagine we were playing some sort of game and like just annoyed that it has been interrupted, and Darka had to do the shooting. And like, come on, can these people not just take care of commotion in the hold? We're running into asteroids left and right. Oh, and I'm not going out there. I'm far too busy in here. Come on.
I remember when Captain Epoch went out and fixed the sensors in the middle of a firefight. She was a great commander, that Epoch.
Sounds like you learned from watching. Good luck out there.
So you take care of the bottles, Captain. Okay, fine.
They'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah. I remember back in the Clone Wars, we had a situation like that. It was just totally different, but we made it, so maybe we'll make it here. I'm super optimistic.
But it's suiting up to head out and try to fix this. That is amazing. So as you guys are arguing, I'm imagining, Grask, you're still trying to navigate the asteroid field because you are in the middle of it. So please give us another roll to successfully pilot. You do see a bit of daylight out at the edge of this part of the field.
What's the curse word? Griffin, right? Griffin.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's the same roll still, right?
Yes.
Come on, baby. Yeah, there's a 5. See.
There you go. There you go. So with a 5, that is a full success. You are able to successfully navigate. You're headed towards you duck around. It's quite bumpy. Captain, you've been asked to go secure the vials so that Bud can work on the sensors. Do you do that, or you just leave it to?
No, I go. I'm helping Bud get into his suit. Giving a pep talk, which perhaps ends up counting as helping. I don't know if there's a like if persuasion, like, all right, kid, you know what to do out there. You got this. You know the ship like the back of your hand. You've been here for what? 6 captains, 7, maybe a full dozen.
Yeah, and all that Bud is going to take with him, unless somebody gives him repair tools, is his cutting torch. He's just going to repair this thing by brute force. Cut until it works.
Out the bad parts.
Cut all the bad parts. Yeah.
You can use my repair tools if you want to, but don't lose them out there, please.
Well, these little things.
There, isn't he? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, come on. It's not that hard, I think.
I never used one of these. This looks like fun. All right.
Never used one of these. So you've got this vac suit. We don't see a whole lot of vac suits in the Star Wars, but you've got one. Does it also have the Slimo patch on it?
Across the chest. It's
across the chest. Slimo. Nice. So do you imagine you have a tether or like mag boots? You're walking along the surface. What do you think?
I think I've got the mag boots and a tether, but I'm willing to leave it up to someone else for which one of those two doesn't actually work all that well.
Mag boots.
Yeah,
yeah, okay.
Yeah, because they have this little cuffs and they look very piratey, but
Okay, so the tether works. That's good.
I think the left one's full strength. The right one, it comes and goes.
So the camera is the thing, right?
No,
sensors that are broken.
No,
Bud just
first of
claps
all,
you on the shoulder. I know what I'm doing. He goes out there.
Oh Lord!
Darkin,
be
prepared to shoot Bud off the ship if needed.
So I am curious, Darka. It seems as if Grask is managing to get the Sun Chaser out of this asteroid field. What are you doing as your gunner?
So I think that I'm griping over the comms, and I'm telling everyone, if you did your job, you wouldn't have to worry about, we need a better piloting to get out. If Grask is about to get out, I'm just going to be shooting at target practice. And this might make it a little bit more exciting for Bud while he's out there with, things zipping by. But I'm like, if we had some seismic charges, we could just take care of these asteroids without any problem. And, if we had an astromech, we wouldn't have to send Bud out all the time. And,
yeah, but the ship
go window shopping, doesn't she?
The ship didn't come with an astromech. It came with a Bud, so I'm pretty sure he's some kind of astromech.
You want an astromech? We got to get the creds for that first. All right, so Let's just
Yeah,
get
if
these
somebody
miles where
was
they're going.
securing the cargo, that would be easier, wouldn't it? And I'm flying a lot like a looping or something.
Just kind of
Just-
poking him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Darka, you're not as focused on trying to head towards the light, the black of
Yeah.
space to get out of the asteroid field, and maybe you fire a few times to take out a few of the smaller asteroids that you know won't cause problems. But you actually notice first that they're on the other side of several of the moving asteroids. You see a sleek ship that is generally moving parallel to you guys towards the area Grask is trying to reach.
So is this other ship in the asteroid field with us and also trying to
It is.
escape?
It appears to be the other ship is outside of the asteroid field and like a vulture, just keeping eyes on you guys and paralleling you until you get out of the asteroid field.
So my predator instinct kind of says this thing is like you said, a vulture. This is something that's going to come after us. Should I roll something to get a good feeling for that, or is that just kind of where I am?
I think that impression is correct.
Huh.
There's someone who is stalking you.
Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe I will. I might see about trying to shoot some of the asteroids in their direction.
Wild. Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot towards the asteroids, target practice kind of thing, challenge, and see if I can't just blast them so that they might end up going, and spraying towards the other ship. We didn't mean to do that, but, because they could be authorities too. So
They could be.
yeah.
I think that's like a pool shot. It's very complicated. So I would like to say you have a hindrance, which means you're going to start off rolling. So this is the part that I want to check in with you guys, because it says you roll a D6 skill die or a D4 if hindered by injury or circumstances. However, if you are rolling a skill die that you have already, do you think we should just step it down one step for the hindrance?
I would say
It
that
doesn't sound. It doesn't. Yeah.
I would say that normally, but in this case, I would suggest that I'm not using the guns. I'm using maybe I'm using a different skill, or I'm using in this case because I'm not sure that shooting applies because I'm not shooting.
Yeah, it's not about shooting it. It's kind of about getting the angles right.
Exactly.
And understanding the motion. Yeah. So let's say that you're rolling with a D4 here.
Okay. And so
you can succeed on a D4 though, right?
You can. Yeah, you have a 50% chance for
it's just there's going to be a complication.
Yes.
Yeah. But I would say normally, if I were trying to shoot the ship, but there was a hindrance because asteroids got in the way, then that would take a step down. Right? So it would be a die step down. Does that make sense?
Okay.
That's what I'd say for the rules question you asked. Okay.
So normally a die step down if you were rolling with a skill that you have. Yep.
Okay.
Good. Thank you for circling back to the thing.
So I got a 2.
Okay.
And what that means something really bad happens.
Disaster. Right? Suffer the full risk. GM decides if you succeed at all. If there are 3 L's in all. That's interesting. Okay, I'll just do that. Fix it. Did not catch that until just now. If risking death, you die. You guys are not risking death. But I think that the disaster that you have is yeah, I think you hit one of the asteroids and a piece splinters off and slams into the side of the Sun Chaser, which hit you guys right in the hull. Now, you did choose to take that damage. You can break the hull armor at this point if you want.
Yeah, I think it's time for that then.
All right, I put a checkbox in there underneath hull armor, so yep,
I
there we
checked
go. It is now good. Broken. Cool. So, bam, the ship is rocked to the side, and no one is minding the vials.
Oh no,
So,
I'm back there.
Oh, you are?
Like I'm not butting it back there, running around. Oh god, the vials.
The crate is about to fall, Captain, unless you do something about it. What do you do?
Lord Almighty. I mean, physical action is not. It's not my forte.
Just true.
My mech is outside right now. My gunner is shooting asteroids all over the place. Not sure what the pilot's doing. We should be out of this asteroid field already. It's sliding, but are we in zero? I don't know how gravity works here. Like, is it?
You have gravity. We'll say
just
you have
regular
gravity at this point.
Artificial gravity.
Regular gravity. You've lost your sensors. You have regular gravity in the ship. Once you step outside of the ship, that's why the mag boots are necessary for your fine, seasoned drifter.
I mean, I'm probably going to fail, but I will try to shove it back up. I don't see anything else to do.
I think there's a hindrance here, which is our all the things that are going wrong.
Yeah.
So please roll a d4.
Unless anybody is in a position to help, which I don't know. Maybe with the flying, but you have a lot on your plate as well.
I mean, we just got shot up by our old gunner. The end is there, but there's something after us. Bud is out there, and I don't want to lose him. No, you take care of this one little thing, right?
One little thing.
Let's see how little it is. What's going on here?
If it falls down, we don't get money, and we all get dosed by hallucinogenic drugs, which has happened before. At least
could be fun too. It's a 2.
It's a 2. Disaster is the result there. I think what happens is that you catch the entire crate, but it's very heavy. And your little wings, your little Toydarian wings flap for a moment, that it just starts slow. It does that thing where it slowly starts to tilt over. There's gritting, and then one vial. That's the best. I hope that shows up in the recording because it's so adorable. The little hands. But one vial falls out and smashes across the deck plate, and a bit of hallucinogenic vapor. You got the vapors. As what is it that our lovely captain Quig Garbo? What is it that Quig dreams about? When Quig took over the ship, what was the thing that he most wanted, envisioned on his dream board, one might say?
Oh, so you're not asking about the hallucination. You're kind of asking about
I'm setting up
to create a hallucination. Let's see. I mean, I think it is as simple as like, well, it's not as simple as money, but like sort of the arbitrage kind of thing where it's like, I'm going to move the grain from this planet to this planet where it wasn't wanted to where it was wanted, and like kind of figuring out the pattern of the system and making all the puzzle pieces work together is sort of his system in general. You know, how can I make this move with no friction?
Ooh, so he's like a fixer. He's in the middle of things. He's the connection, or is it he's actively engaged in being a successful captain of a single ship? Like, what's his dream? Like
the utmost dream, I guess. Probably sitting in a control center and having a whole fleet of ships zipping around, like playing a real life version of like Space Sim or something like that.
Nice. So you are there's a moment of discombobulation for you, Queeg Garbo, and then you find yourself seated on a very, very comfortable chair. Not that, oh God, oh dear Lord. And for some reason, you're a leppy, and you're surrounded by all kinds of monitors, and there are other females who are there asking for your sign off on various routes, and there are a bunch of buds who all have headsets on, and they are like control center, like NASA command center, calling out all the various routes and coordinating efforts. It's busy, but you are definitely the oh my God, that is mind jarringly. That's very hallucinogenic. Let's cut to Bud, as you are now currently held by a tether because the mag boots failed from our disaster. What do you wish to do, Bud, as you are being pulled along with our
ship just took a big hit, right? From so I imagine that this, as the ship spins, the tether starts pulling Bud, and I probably need to do some spacewalking maneuvering here to get back onto like a handhold on the ship before I start spinning with the tether. Yeah.
I think that sounds awesome. It's a good thing you're a spacer because you have spacewalking. Roll a D8.
All right.
Can I help him by moving the ship in at least some kind of?
You certainly can, but that means you're mixed up in whatever success or failure there is.
I might scrape something off the ship.
D6.
Huh?
Oh, you can roll your skill die, so you're piloting. So yeah.
So yeah,
you're a good helper.
Yeah, I would like to help because
go ahead.
I feel Bud might be the only one who's actually doing some work here.
I think Grask and Bud like make contact. Like I see you through the cockpit window. I'm like, ah!
Oh, in hell! What's with this crew? Yeah, I'll try to kind of help him getting in there, and we have comlinks, right? So I'm yelling at him, hey, but this isn't helping. Get back to the Griffin Hull there.
What is Dark even shooting at? All right, here we go.
No idea. Probably asteroids.
I'm very glad that I got the help because I got the 7 to choose from. So I will pull myself back onto the ship, and then I'm going to take the filter off because it is getting a little silly. Oh, there are some options in here, though. There are some options.
Before you came, that was what we were doing the entire time. Trying out the different options.
I do like the spaceship, though. We'll go back to the spaceship. So yeah, I latch onto the thing and like, I gotta get the sensors up. Obviously, Darka can't even shoot at what we're supposed to be shooting at. And I will make my way to our slightly damaged comm little dish.
Your sensors. It wasn't actually the comms. He chose the sensors. So your sensors are off, which is why you could only visually see that there was another sleek ship moving in.
Space pirate.
Captain Grass.
All right, so Grass, you're gonna walk me through this?
Yeah, sure. You remember that thingy you kind of had with you, blah, blah, blah. I'm talking. Yeah, this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking. I'm trying to talk you through it. We're nearly out of the asteroid field. Feel we might survive this yet. What is that weird smell back there?
Captain, you're enjoying your greatest dream as the central cog in the giant wheel that you've created. What are you doing while experiencing this hallucinogenic experience?
You mean in the real world?
Yeah.
I sort of thought that the crate ended up falling on me at the same time.
That seems right. I'm into that.
So I imagine that my senses are incorporating that as the desk. So I'm just kind of like rubbing my hands over the top of the crate and going like, but
That's awesome. I'm a big fan of this bizarreness. Cool. Let's cut to our gunner as Grask is a little busy trying to make sure that you guys don't recover your sensors. So what are you doing after you failed to pull off that trick shot?
Yeah. I think I'm back to the task at hand, and I'm cursing, over the comm unit. I have to do everything around here. Why is it that, I have to keep an eye on the, that ship that's going to attack us at the same time as, trying to keep all the asteroids off of us so we can make it out of this crappy place. And so I think the point is I'm just trying to keep the asteroids off of us so that we can make it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's give you one gunning, and if you're successful, then you guys will exit the asteroid field without any further incident from the asteroids.
That's a 3.
Okay. That is a setback. A lesser consequence or partial success. I think we will go with you guys are able to get out of the asteroid field, but now the other ship has an easy shot on you guys. And so you emerge from the asteroid field while Bud is finishing up the sensor repairs, and you'll be fired upon. And you guys have already taken a click to the hull armor. And it appears that they are targeting your engines. Yeah.
Evasive maneuvers, I guess.
Well.
And I'm saying, Darka, what do you mean the ship that's going to attack? Oh, fuck. I mean.
Oh my. So let's resolve there we go. Let's resolve our repair to the sensors before we deal with you guys getting hit on your sublight drive.
All right, so I looked at the rules, and the engineering role that none of us took gets the electronics skill, which I believe would be the prudent skill for this situation. So I will be rolling a d6, unless I am hindered.
I think you're hindered. You're on a tether.
Okay.
Your mag boots are fried. You guys are being fired on. Everything's going on terribly
But I'm
here.
helping.
But yes.
Okay.
I was gonna say.
Helping with engines, so I hope that is relevant. Can be relevant.
That seems. Is it engines? How are you helping with engines? I don't understand how you're helping with engines. I'm not saying no. I'm just not sure
I know
how
machines. I know machines. I know what can go wrong, and I know how these tools work. So I feel that fixing a conduit or a relay kind of is the same if they are using it on the machines or on the sensors. They're not.
So when you picked engines, you were imagining it more like engineering kind of deal, like a mechanic?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
that was what I was imagining. Just go
ahead and like rename that mechanic, and I think that works perfectly fine as a skill.
Yes. Okay.
I enjoy that Grask Tarvo thinks that the comm unit is just like an engine. What could go wrong? So that's the kind of miraculous thinking that probably would work in the Star Wars universe. So I love it.
I mean, this basic tech, it's a bolt is a bolt, right? A screwdriver is a screwdriver. What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? Here we go. Let's find out.
So you got a D4 and a
highest
D8.
is a 4.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so I think the setback here is that you successfully repair the comms, which were never broken. But then you move to the sensors and you realize that the setback here is you're going to have to scuttle something else in order to fix it, which is fine for now, but that part is going to fail soon. It's going to cost you guys 2 credits off of the profit from this job in order to repair the part that you're goblining to make
borrow it from the Jawa to pay the Tuscan. All right. I think that's the phrase in Star Wars.
It is now. I like that
is.
phrase.
So it's a power conduit, and I just grab it randomly. But it is the galley power conduit. It's what runs all of the reheating and food stuff. So we're all going to be very hungry and very thirsty if this doesn't work. Hey, I got the sensors working. Have you all seen this ship? And like the camera feed from my visor shows the vulture ship like turning.
Get in, bud, get in, so I can evade this thing, maybe, hopefully.
So Bud is trying to reel himself back in when this vulture fires upon you guys, and your port is left, starboard is right. Your starboard engine, sublight engine, is hit, and she's not in great shape. So,
Captain, I told you we needed better guns.
Distantly, Captain, you hear some complaint about the guns from one of the many female Tordarians.
Yeah, with that. By getting more guns for the ship over there.
Awesome.
Can we jump?
Well, your sublights are on the fritz. If you want to try to jump out of here, you're definitely doing something extremely dangerous.
I should probably be
failure
inside.
here.
Can I make it inside?
Oh, yeah. Okay, we're not jumping.
You should not jump. You should not
Yeah.
jump until
Yeah,
Bud
until
gets in.
Bud's
Yeah,
inside.
that seems right.
Yeah.
So you're going to need to take an evasive maneuvers
Yeah.
action to buy enough time for. And I
Great.
think there's a hindrance to this because you can't go crazy because you've got a Bud on a tether trying to get inside. So that's your hindrance.
But we do have very good maneuvering thrusters. How
You
does
do.
that
You
track? Do I roll 2d6?
So your skill will go down a step.
Okay.
Your skill will go down a step, and you still roll
Okay.
the help from
Mhm.
your thrusters. So you're rolling basically 2d6 is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. See, this is where being sentimental gets you. You roll 2d6 instead of 1d8 and 1d6, just because you don't want to lose Bud. I got a 4, so.
All right, it's better than the 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what happens is our setback, our mixed success is that Bud successfully gets back into the ship, but because you had to take things a little slow, Grask, you guys are hit yet again. And at this point, let's roll randomly to see what problem there is, because there's a thing, ship problems.
Oh.
So Captain, if you could roll a d20 for me. Those are the 20-sided polyhedrals.
So how many sides are on them?
Much here. 2-0.
All right, so 2 0-sided dice. All right. 8.
20 sides. Okay, at 8, the fuel is slowly leaking from who knows where. That is our ship problem that you guys get, which will cost another credit to get fixed. I'm gonna
So we're down to 3 if we live.
If you live. Indeed.
And,
Let's see.
and
Where
the
should we
and the
put that?
fuel draining out of somewhere also feed into Queeg's hallucination. Like it's taking a turn.
Oh, like it's incorporated into.
Yeah, like everything's going well at your imaginary shipping company, but now the fuel's leaking into the same room as the hallucinogen. Things are going poorly.
Oh my. And I imagine when the
Yeah.
sensors came on, there was a lot of buzzing and howling as well. That
Weep, 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 weep. This is everything's fine.
and I think I'm picturing that as like a bunch of insects flying around my head in the dream. Like it's not. I don't understand what it actually is. And like someone had left on a tap and the room is filling up with water or something, and just like not able to synthesize all these inputs.
Nice. I love that. Oh, did you guys hear the sound effect I tried to drop in? I wasn't sure if it came through because I'm
No,
not sure
did
if
not.
the mic selection. That's awesome. I'm so happy to hear that the voice choices don't work. Awesome. Okay. No worries. Okay. Oh, it's noise cancellation? Interesting. Okay. I think that's what happened. It was considered noise. Sweet. Let's cut to our gunner as you guys just got fired upon. Do you want to do something about that?
So in on the ship stuff, it says that the normal weapons that we have are only good for deflecting missiles and asteroids.
Yeah.
So I think I've been just deflecting asteroids, but I think I'm going to change back to deflecting missiles.
Okay.
And I think I'm going to complain over the intercom. We got to get out of here. What are we doing sticking around? If I saw a ship like us, I'd board them too. So, yeah.
We couldn't. Bart was still out there. Okay, he's back in.
Oh,
Where's the
he's
captain? Where's the captain, by the way? Just asking. Anybody
He left
seen
to
him?
go. He left to go take care of the cargo.
Uh-huh.
I haven't seen him since then.
Good. Makes things easier.
So I think it's time to punch it.
Yeah,
and you're being hailed, by the way.
that's what I was going
Trask.
for. Yeah, I'm punching it and saying, "What?"
Yes, this is the Stardust, and we have your deads to rights. I really think you guys should just surrender.
Stardust. That's a stupid name if I ever heard one for a ship. I mean, come on. Stardust? Is this a wish to return into Stardust or something?
Listen, we are a democratic crew, and it got the votes. So
Okay, that's good for you, I guess.
listen, you guys are already in trouble. You're leaking fuel. One of your engines is out.
Yeah.
You really don't want to try to jump out of here. Trust me. Trust me when I tell you that.
Why not? I mean, it looks like we clear settings. Like we have clear settings. I mean, we have a really good astromech here. I got to tell you that.
There's a black hole about half a parsec from here. If you try to jump out of here, you're going to end up in it.
Oh.
But if you guys,
dang fair.
If you guys let us aboard, then we will plot in a course for you to get you safely to wherever you want to end up.
Okay.
We don't have anything here. We don't really have anything for you guys to take, as you can tell.
True.
So,
that's true.
And I'm going to click off the comm and I'm going to say, I'm not severely attached to this ship. I say we let them on the ship.
Yeah.
We set it to blow up and we take their ship. What do you think? And then I'll turn the comms back on and say, all we have really is, some dead bodies now. And, what are you guys looking for? There's no profit in this.
Oh. Well, if all you have is a few dead bodies, then It'll be easy enough for us to check things over. Go ahead and let us aboard. And
It's not like we can do a lot about that, right?
So I think I'm half aware at this point. So
yes,
I'm
I
hearing them.
definitely think you need to start pulling out of it.
Responding also sort of to the dream world. So I say something along the lines of like, we've got lots of ships. We don't need this one.
Oh. Well. Fine. We'll be attaching a tow cable to you shortly.
Yeah,
And
sure.
this vulture ship starts pulling closer, and you see they'll fire out a little tow cable. It doesn't actually like slice in. They've opted for the magnetized version. They're being nice.
Yeah, they are being nice.
I think is Darka like coming down out of like the gunner's turret?
I think no. Dark is like staying in the gunner's turret
Okay.
with internal comms on, just because
Yeah.
you never know if I need to shoot back, and I think I'm constantly cursing the fact that we don't have real guns on this ship.
Yeah,
But
I think
we got a really good armory with these blue key weapon, with this blue key rifles. I have still no idea what they do.
I think
Blue-key rifles are
Bud
scary.
like takes off the helmet and just like looks up the gunner well. Targeted the captain say something about having multiple ships.
Well, yeah, maybe
There's
he's been
an
holding
odd
out on us.
smell. You guys hear the scrubbers are going now that the sensors are up. The environmental scrubbers on the ship are giving off a few alarms that you see grass come. It seems that the cargo area has been compromised. There's a bit of a
what a surprise.
hazard.
Okay, guys, I think our cargo fell down. Let's maybe get those pirates to the cargo area, because I'm pretty sure I will stop the scrubbers. I will stop the scrubbers from cleaning up the area. Let's get the pirates into our cargo bay, because that's where our cargo is, and then maybe they'll hallucinate a little. That could help us, right?
Wait, the whole cargo's broken?
I have no idea, but we have some damage there, and there's some weird stuff in the air. And we have one life sign, seems still to be alive. That's probably the captain. And then he can talk to them, and while they're on hallucinogenics, he might be able to, I don't know. I don't tell them a fairy tale so they will leave us alone.
All right. And at this point, Bud goes over to the galley to get something to drink after the kind of raucous spacewalk, and like pulls the cup out and hits the button and nothing happens. Oh, that's weird.
So how is it that our captain is able to recover from the hallucinogenics? Do you think you guys have a med kit solution? Is there some other way that we rescue Keith from having to play a person who's having a space trip for the rest of the hour that we have left?
I mean, Buttle can go in there in a vac suit and just pull. It might be like very strong, but it also like goes away very quickly once you're like out of it.
I like that. That's cool.
Hey boss. Yeah. Hey boss.
Where are the rest of you?
Like 4 buds coalesce into one in the vision. Hey boss.
I've got single vision.
All right. They're going to board us. We're going to lead them to the cargo hold. We're going to throw them in there.
Who's going to board us?
Oh, well, you missed some stuff.
Oh.
Our new captain's going to board us. Grask sold us out.
So, Quig Garbo, how do you know the captain of the Stardust, Nash Kadir, who I will stick in a name in there, Nash Kadir? How do you know Captain Nash Kadir, who is about to board your ship?
What do I know about him as a player?
Whatever you make up.
Oh my
I
goodness.
just grabbed the name from the random name generator in the 2400 Cosmic Highway.
It's not a bad Star Wars name from there, then.
I agree.
I once arranged to get him a very rare and mildly embarrassing substance
Mm-hmm.
from a moderately difficult to get to place, and I was very proud of arranging it all so that Nash could get what he needed.
Let's say that the Nash Kadir is a Deveronian. They're the ones that kind of look like devils. I like that. And yeah, you once got him something important. Was that before you came to the Sun Chaser?
I think it would have to be if we're going to that nobody else knows Nash. And I'm picturing it's not like something that's actually embarrassing, but like something that embarrasses him without much cause to do so. Like if he was, I'm picturing like he's into My Little Ponies, which like is fine, but he's like, oh, I can't.
He's got a thing about it. Yeah, he can't. It's fine, but he doesn't think it's fine. I like that. I like that a lot. Good choice.
I don't know what the Star Wars equivalent of that would be. I don't know if you have anything knocking around in your heads.
Ooh.
Could be some Hearts of the Force merch. I mean,
Hearts of the Force merch. Yeah, he's got a Cupid doll version of Grark. Was that the Wookiee?
Yes.
Gurwi, I think.
Yeah, I
Gurwi.
think
Yes, I knew it was a
Gurwi.
G. I knew it was a G. Gurwi. Yeah, that's awesome. Nash. All right, I've thrown a pic of Nash, our Deveronian, who happens to like Gurwi. He was Team Gurwi. And he is coming aboard with a couple of like a big like one of the tubes. Can't remember what they're called, but like the tube that links airlock to airlock, and they've bellied up to you guys. So he is coming aboard with a pair of vac suit. They probably have like blaster carbines wielding. So one of them knocks on your airlock.
So while they have been connecting, I think I pass out the rifles from the armory and the stun batons. So we have, something. And then so I think what I heard the plan was we're going to direct them towards our cargo hold, right?
Yeah,
Meaning,
which is full of hallucinogenics.
Yeah. So I think that what we do is we have everything locked down so that that's the least path of resistance. Does that sound good? And what's the plan after that? They get messed up on the hallucinogenics and then we attack them?
No, I think that then the captain talks to them and intimidates them or sells them some stuff. You know, he's got whatever his faults, he's a pretty good talker. So maybe he can talk them into some stuff that is not very advisable. Maybe they're also having a bad day. I mean, come on, their ship's called Star. That's how competent can they be?
Okay, that's delightful. I'm going to say that because you guys are actively trying to set things up, that the conditions will give you that you're helped by circumstances. So you get an extra D6. Each of you get an extra D6 for your first roll in this encounter. They have one of them's taken the blaster carbine and knocked on the airlock door. What do you do?
So where are Darka and Grask?
Still in the pilot seat, I think.
I think I'm gonna suit up in one of those, one of the spacesuits in case we have to do a spacewalk. And I'm going to, keep the everything locked down so that they're forced to go towards the cargo hold. which is where they kind of want to go anyway
Yeah,
to see what we
I don't
have.
think they need much persuasion. Like, right?
Yeah.
They're trying to pirate whatever we have. So,
But I think I'm like, if they, I think we have like the doors locked if they try to go towards the helm or something like that, and I'm behind one of those locked doors.
okay. And I think I'm with Bud still.
I think Bud is set up in the other of the two cargo holds and is making it as unattractive and like I've if they try to go in there first, I'm gonna basically like, oh, we don't have anything in here. It's just like it's some broken speeder and a bunch of junk. Like he's making it look terrible, like it usually looks, honestly, but it's
So you're in the cargo hold that is actually not got the cargo in it, trying to
right.
make
Doesn't
it
have
look
the
like it doesn't have
hallucinogens.
cargo in
The
it.
other one, yeah, it's just their junk shop.
So you've helped me out, and then you've scampered off, and I'm there at the airlock.
Awesome. So you are at the airlock, Nash. Do you open it up when Nash has one of his goons?
Oh yeah,
Fuck.
yeah. I think when I finally realized what's going on, like there's no other option, right? Like this is how we got to play it. So I open it up like we're welcoming him, and like, come in, come in. It's cold outside.
There's a chuckle that's modulated by the little voice filter on one of the two guys. And Nash, he's not wearing a vac suit. He comes in looking all fly and he sees you. Garbo.
This one I
Age.
know.
Come over. He pats your little Toydarian
Come
shoulder.
here, come here, bring it in. I try to give him a hug. I don't know if these.
He'll like does the like little half hug.
I don't
thing
think my
and he
arms
says,
are big enough to get around him, but I am.
Yeah,
I can get high.
he has
enough
to
with
like
the wings.
go in low because of the wings. He doesn't want to
Yeah.
be holding you or anything. So there's probably like maybe he's gotten a half cheek there. It's not. He didn't plan for this to happen.
You've taken
This is,
a piracy.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
I have to commend you on your choice of targets. You know I've always got the good stuff.
I do, but your people. If you came over the comms.
Oh,
now we're in
it's
it,
been
right. So it's business. It's business.
Nash, it's been a day.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know how much you know about what's going on. Look around this place. I'm not sure about your two friends here, but between you and me, working with incompetence.
Well, that's a shame. Listen, I could use a first mate if you wanna.
I mean, take any one of them you want.
And
I can't abandon the business. You know that. Who's going to score you your memorabilia?
Let's just get this over with. All right, show me your cargo holds.
Come on down to the galley and have a drink first.
Let's see if you can convince him to let his guys do this. See if you can persuade him.
All right, so we have regular persuasion and a D6.
Yeah.
Oops. I got a 6.
Hey, that is a 6, he says. He looks over. Rich now looks at the name thing. He says, Cruz, you've got this. Cruz says over the voice filter, I'll take care of it, Captain. Whatever they have that's important will be ours. So, yeah. So he'll head to the galley with you, Garbo. So let's see. What happens, Darka, when these two vac suit, blaster carbine wielding thugs from the Stardust come into your cargo area? Where is Grask Tarvo during all of this, by the way?
Oh, I'm still at the helm. We might need to skedaddle. You never know, right? Also, I have the blurky or whatever it's called rifle, and you never know. These guys are all incompetent, and this is going to go so wrong. And if I hear that these guys have vac suits, I will tell whoever he needs to hear it that they need to get out of the vac suits, because otherwise our plan won't work if somebody hasn't realized that.
So if I'm not mistaken, I was behind one of the locked doors.
Yeah.
While they were headed
Yeah.
towards. Okay. So I think my plan is I want to see how many of them there are. So there's 3 came in. One is the captain and 2 guys in black vac suits. Is that right?
Yes.
How many are left on the ship?
Oh, cool. How are you finding that out? I'm not saying no. I just want
yeah. I think I'm using our sensors that have recently been repaired.
Cool. But of course, you want to do that surreptitiously. So let's say that there is a chance of being discovered. So let's put this to a roll.
Sure.
I guess you're going with a D6 then, but you get an extra D6 because of you guys having a good circumstance here.
That's right.
It's like you're carrying +1 forward in a way. So you're rolling 2d6.
Okay. That is a 5 and a 4.
Okay, 5. There are 4 other crew members in wait, and then their pilot is at the helm, just like Grask is at their helm. So a total of 5 others. A crew of 8. Complement of 8 total.
So I'm going to sneak onto their ship.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So I think they head towards our cargo bay. I unlock the door and I start heading back through the little tunnel thing. Yeah.
Okay, their airlock is shut.
Right.
But just in case you guys pulled a fast one, the ones who stayed back on the ship didn't want to get sucked out into space. So how is it that you want to hack your way through their airlock? It's doable. I just want to know how you do it.
So I think I have an idea if I fail. I think I'm going to just try and do normal hacking. So I think I pop that panel off and I start connecting up wires because, how hard can it be? I've seen Bud do this before.
True. Bud's done it before.
Yeah.
I guess you are.
I think I'm
rolling
hacking.
with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think you have hacking.
No, I don't. Huh.
Okay. It's good. It's good.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you've already used up your D6 bonus there.
Yeah.
But I don't think you're helped by any other circumstances. I don't think you're hindered, so you're just rolling. You roll a D6 skill die.
Okay, so I'll do that. I got a 5.
Oh, wow! So it turns out that you do exactly what Bud showed you, or maybe you saw Bud do one time, and shoot, the airlock rolls open, and you can sneak your way in. Let's swing back to our pilot. Whoever the pilot is for the Stardust has sent you a message.
Oh, I was going to open up a channel to him anyway, so yeah.
Oh, awesome. It sent you a message, and it says, hey, so your ship's in pretty rough shape.
Yeah, how's your day going? Mine's not the worst, not the best.
We're not normally pirates. It's not really our thing. We're just kind of in hock to somebody. So, it's not personal. We just need some.
Okay. Yeah, I know where you're at. I've been there before. It's fine. I mean, you're not going a lot from us, right? Who told you to, jump us? Just Sun Chaser isn't really a prime target material, I'd say.
Yeah, That's the thing. It was more of a happenstance thing. We were passing through. We circumvented the asteroid field, and then you guys just popped in right in the middle of it. Wow, bad luck.
Yeah.
What are the odds of
story of my life? At least, you know what? At least you're not. Are you recruiters for any kind of army? Just checking.
No.
Okay, then this is not the worst luck I've had.
I mean, we're generally smugglers by trade.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I'm not. We're law-abiding trade people, of course.
Really?
Sure.
He laughs. So we cut to our wonderful Bud as you are laying in wait in the decoy room, right? So they come into the decoy room. You hear one of them. I had a bunch of poodoo.
Oh, now hold on. Now, this is my home, and Bud gestures to the amalgamation of parts, and like there's a blanket draped over something. No, the first thing you got to know about this ship, and Bud just like chumps right into it, is that I come with it. I am part of it. I'm part of the Swift Sun Chaser. I'm part of the deal. So I think I should be the first one.
Free?
Yeah, no, I'm part of the ship. I've been with her since the beginning, and that's not going to change. So why don't we? And like Bud just like puts his arms around both of them in the vac suit. Follow me. I'll take you for a bit of a tour.
We just want the valuable.
The
Good
valuable
stuff.
Oh yeah, that's not in here. That the boss doesn't let me keep it in here. Says I can't be trusted with the good stuff. But hey, yeah, I got the code. Don't worry about it. I know this place like the back of my palms. And he's like got his hands in front of their faces. Come on.
Okay, awesome. We jump to our captain as Nash says, again, you're fine. You and I, we're good. But if your crew tries to pull anything tricky...
Oh, they're not that bright. Don't worry about it. I would like to read a person. Figure out how to get them off the ship.
Awesome.
That's what I took. And I
You're
feel like
great at reading people. Oh my goodness.
This was the plan all along, Rich.
I love this plan.
Come into my web, said the spider to the fly. I hope I roll well though, because otherwise
I hope you do too, because after all that talk, I really want to.
Yeah. Not fantastic at the 4.
He says, Yeah. So you're trying to get a read on him, and I think the partial success is that he needs something very valuable, and if not, he's going to scuttle this ship for parts and leave your crew on it.
Well, one of them would like that, but I feel like the other ones not be happy about it. So some of the same stuff that like the pilot was saying about they're in hock to somebody and they need to get something valuable. And like,
yep, that's exactly.
They're going to get it one way or another.
He lets it slip that they took one too many loans off of a hut, and at this point they have bounty hunters on their way. There's a Leppy who I heard about nearby that we may be able to get some fast creds off of, but right now, you guys just kind of fell in our laps.
Well, I'd love to help you out. We have a great working relationship, as you're well aware. Your collection's appreciated in value. Can't sell the Hearts of the Force off to make ends meet.
Not in that bad of straits here. Come on, Garbo.
I mean, you have turned
trouble I went through to get that.
Oh, that you went through. That's not how I recollect it.
You're not rock.
Spatial temporal
I-
anomalies. Does that ring any bells for you, Nash?
I remember that story. It sounded terrible.
Well, it
No,
was.
I'm not
terrible.
giving that up.
And
I'm
you're
giving that up.
here.
Plus, it's in storage. It's a few planets away. We just got to deal with what we have, which is your stuff. So, if you guys, if
my
you
stuff
have
or my
something
crew.
valuable,
Look, I'll level with you. We've got some hallucinogens in the hold. They're all right. I tried them out. I'm gonna level with you. I've got quite a headache, and I wish the calf machine weren't broken. That's
I'm gonna
news to me,
fix that,
too.
boss. As I walk by,
What? You can see the state that I'm in.
yeah. Sure, you don't want to be my first mate.
It's sounding more and more appealing as we go on.
All right. All right. Let me take a look at these hallucinogens. Maybe we just leave you guys to repair and limp back to whatever spaceport you want if they're worth enough to pay off our debts.
Do you know a lot about these things? We just kind of came into them. That's the phrase you used, right? Come into them.
Right. I got a Verpine on my crew. I'm sure that she'll figure it out.
Well,
Oh,
let's take a look. As scattershot as these folks are, I'm a little attached to them. I hate to see them spaced.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So, are you actually going to take him to show him the crate of what's remaining of your hallucinogens?
I mean, that's where it starts, at least. Yeah, and we'll see if I come up with something better along the way.
Cool.
I
He
mean,
takes out his
that
little.
cargo bay is still filled with the hallucinogenic fog thingy,
Oh yeah,
right?
you turned off the scrubbers. So
Yeah, we did.
So he's going to be walking into a face full of hallucinogens. Is that your plan? That's the trap that you've set for Captain Nash Kadir?
I mean, not me, but it seems like the other people have come up with that. I think everyone has their own plans that they're working on, and if they dovetail, it's going to look like we were geniuses. But they may
It
end up
seems like
working
if
at cross purposes.
If these plans were coordinated by, say, like a leader of some kind, that probably would make them more effective.
Well, post hoc, maybe they will be.
History's written by the victors, of course. That's awesome. Sweet. So I think I'd like to see a roll to see if you fully trick him into walking into a bunch of hallucinogenic dust. That seems fair to me, right? He's not been stupid yet. So he needs to be
I can
tricked.
assist you because we're going that direction. Like that's part of my plan too.
Okay.
I was gonna
dump all three of them into the
push
drug
them in
room.
there and pull their hoses as I did it. Like whip off the vac suit. I don't know. I know how this works.
Let's do it. Nobody better to defend the ship than Bud.
So I will give you my aiding deception die, which is a D10.
Woo!
Nice. You are definitely mixed up in it, though.
And am I persuading him to do this thing?
I think you've been persuading all along, so let's ride that forward.
All right.
So a
I'll do
D8
it.
and a D10. We're about to cut to Ninja Darka on the other ship. So
I can't wait to see how all these things interact. A 7.
wow, the D10 was only a 3, but that D8 got a 7. That is a perfect success. You throw all three. The doors open up, and there are people being shoved into a drug den, as it were. We cut to Darka.
Yeah, take a good look there, Nashy.
Yeah, they're going to be coughing and then kind of relaxed and happy for a little bit there. But Darka, you've made your way to this other ship. It's in much better shape than yours. It's cleaner. It looks really pretty nice. They even have a Zajaric table. And you see that there's a Verpine who is playing against. Rich looks at the named species helper. playing against the Zabrak. They're playing some Dejaric. You've made your way on. Oh, also they have an astromech droid. Didn't count that as part of the crew because it's a droid. They're not a life form.
So if I'm not mistaken, you said that there were 4 people on here plus the pilot, right?
Correct. And they have 2 humans here.
Okay.
One is watching some sensors. Like they're sitting at a little console in this main kind of open area here. And another one seems to be checking or rechecking their blaster rifle, like their backup or something. They're young. It's obvious that they are the kid of the person who's watching the sensors. What do you do?
I'm going to head up towards the pilot. So I'm going to, try and bypass these people and find where the captain's section is. The helm. Yeah.
I'm going to try to get into the bridge. Excellent.
Bridge.
I want to see you sneak your way. That seems like a thing where someone could not want you to do it. So
I could help though. I mean, I'm distracting the pilot, aren't I?
Oh, I hadn't thought about that, but yeah.
I mean, I'm talking to him. I'm cozying him up. Basically, I want this guy to talk to me and not.
But you would be in on it.
Attention.
They would think you were a traitor if I don't roll well.
Yeah, well,
that's true.
Okay.
Well, roll well then. I've got persuasion D8, so.
Okay. So
And
that's.
it looks like it'd be stealth D6 for you because you don't have a skill die in it.
Right.
D6 and a D8. Good luck.
Huh. I got a 6 and a 5.
Wow, that's as good as it gets.
Yeah.
You slip your way past the crew that is in the main area and make your way up to an unsuspecting. And actually, I can. Not that it helps anybody else but me, but I like having deck plans. So let me throw that over there. Cool. So on our character keeper now is a tab called the Raptor, just so you have a chance to see that you've gone down a long hallway because you've entered the where is it? Dang it.
That's a big ship.
Is a big ship. And is number 10 on the main deck, the bridge. You see that there's a pilot, navigation, gunnery, support stations. It is pretty well decked out. It's clean. There are lots of clean lines, slate gray, and the pilot it's got to be somebody you know, right? I think that sounds fun to me. So you tell me, is this for our wonderful gunner here, Darka? Is this somebody that you worked with, someone that you have an intimate relationship with, that or had an intimate relationship with, or someone you're related to?
This is someone that I've worked with. Can I, do you want me to go further?
Yeah, go for it. Go.
Yeah, great. This was my mentor. And he was training me to be, that wouldn't make much sense. I was going to say he was training me to be a bounty hunter, but I turned away. I was too bloodthirsty. How can I work that into him being a pilot on this crew? Let's say this was my mentor and I burned him basically. So he was left with nothing and had to take a piloting job like this.
Oh man, you screwed him. That's awesome.
Where on the deck plan, where were the other people who were playing Dejaric and that kind of stuff?
They were in 15. They were in area 15.
Oh yeah.
So you went down a long hallway and yeah.
That makes sense.
Cool. Thing is, you fire a blaster, they're definitely going to hear you.
Right. So I have a question for the table because I want to ask. So far, we've played this a little bit light and a little bit silly. If I go dark, is that a problem? Or I can stay playing silly and I can talk to my old mentor and see if I can't talk my way out of this or something like that. I just wanted to check to see because it would change the flavor of the, I'm pretty bloodthirsty, right? So it would change the flavor of what we've been doing so far.
I think changing the flavor for the last half hour, I don't know if that's a great idea.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
If that's okay.
No, I agree. Okay, that's why I checked in. So I think in that case, whenever I come in, if we don't mind, let's say the pilot recognizes me, right? Sees me,
Nice.
and is like Darka, and then we can kind of have it out after that.
Good. Yeah. It's a thing where he like whips around. He's reaching for a gun that he sees it's you, and he puts his hand back because he knows how you play things. Whoa, Darka. I don't know. He says your full name.
Mhm.
Darka Liardi. Is that how you were imagining? Something along those lines? But he says your name. He's pretty good with chiss. So.
Yeah. And I'm like, what are you doing here? I had that bulky rifle, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He says, "Oh, you're not here to assassinate me?" Good.
Whoa, that's still up for negotiation. Let's see. I think I'm going to close the door so we have a little bit more privacy while we talk. Yep.
Door closes.
It cycles behind us.
Yeah. Grask, you realize that like you're hearing this conversation because he had an open channel and he was talking with you. He's got a little headset on.
Okay, nice. What I will do now is I will calculate the jump because you never know, right? And getting out of stuff is kind of what I'm actually good at, usually at least. So I try to, okay, they said there was a black hole. I try to make sense of the sensors. If there is really, I mean, they could have been lying. If there is really a black hole and how to jump around that.
Okay, you are. There's a hindrance here because yes, there is a black hole, but there's always ways around it. So you will take a hindrance to that, which means your navigation will be a D6.
Okay. I wonder if there is something I can use to give me an advantage because right now I've got time, right? I mean, there's nothing. This is not something that I need to do in a hurry. I'm just working on it. Paying attention. I mean, I don't know if that helps any, but probably not.
I think so.
No.
But if you're taking your time, I'm trying to think of like in my head, timing wise. I think about the time that Darka has moved onto the ship and taken the pilot hostage or just has a gun trained on him is about the time that both Garbo and Bud are shoving the three interlopers into the hallucinogenic room, yanking their hoses so they are starting to be affected by the hallucinogens.
Okay, I'm still trying to calculate that. I'm just hoping if I make a mistake here, I will realize it. Right, and then we can jump.
On a 1 to 2, you will not realize it.
Okay, fair enough. It's a D6, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a 5.
There you go. Dice liked you. Awesome.
Yeah. Well, getting out is kind of where I'm good at. Okay, so I'll program that in and just bide my time. Maybe Darka will take over the other ship and then we can fly with something that's a little bit less of a piece of poodoo.
Maybe. So we cut back to the captain and Bud, the two of you, the door slides closed. Of course, Nash like comes up and like slams against the window. Let us out!
You said you wanted to
and-
see the merchandise, Nash.
Whoa, Captain. Let me try something.
I kind of look back and forth, waiting expectantly to see what the something is.
Bud keys the comms on like into the cargo hold right on the other side of the door. This is the best ship in the known galaxy. I love this ship.
What are you aiming for here, Bud?
We should trade ships. Like he's trying to implant thoughts into their hallucinations.
I thought you didn't want to leave.
Have you looked at their ship, Captain?
It's a nice ship.
Thing's 3 times this size. We can rename the new ship the Sun Chaser.
I'm not married to the name.
Okay. This is wild. It feels
What lovely
like you're trying
furniture
to
this ship has.
deceive him.
I think so. I'm not sure exactly how to make this a roll. It might just not work. That's fine.
We'll pull the table. Do you guys feel like this is within the tone of what we've been doing?
Maybe too far of an extension, but it's in the ballpark.
It seems like it's just within the tone. Now, whether or not it's legally binding, they might be convinced it's okay
For now.
for
And I
now.
think-
Yeah. Well, they're
And I
still
think
in
we-
there. Yeah.
And I think he should get an advantage because of the hallucinogenics for the role. Just saying.
Yeah, I think the difference is
Sorry.
getting them to agree to that and getting the people on the other ship and the authorities and people in general to go along with it.
Oh, I'm not
Right.
saying
I don't
it's-
think
yeah.
the rest of the crew isn't agreeing to this, but does the captain get convinced is I think the good scope for this potential deception. I'm going to give you a hindrance because he totally knows what hallucinogenic or not
Okay.
at this point. He knows coming in, he has affection for his ship. But yeah, that'll take you
Okay.
down one die step. You are
So-
really good at deceiving people, though. So we'll see how
D8.
this goes.
The greatest deception that Bud is on himself, though. Okay, here we go.
There we go.
There it is.
That's appropriate.
I hand it
There
to
we
you,
go.
Rich. That's a 1.
That's what. Awesome. So, trying to stay within the tone of the hijinks that we have set up so far, the Captain Nash Kadir calls over the comms. Hey guys, we're doing a trade. Yeah, we're taking over the what's it called? Star Chaser, Sunbaker, Bread Maker, and we're giving them whatever our ship's called. Which comes over the comms for you, Darka, to hear, then therefore is transmitted for Grask Tarvo to hear. Grask, you've just finished plugging in the last coordinates. You probably don't want to take off now because that could be painful. You
No,
definitely
but I
need to
still have a
close the
bad-
airlock.
Yeah, I have a bad feeling about this though. I'm not leaving here. It's a trap, to quote another famous thing.
Of course. And that's when the rest of the crew realizes that the gig is up and something's gone terribly wrong. And the Zabrak starts banging on the door to the bridge, Darka. Hey, we're getting out of here. We're getting out of here. And Grask, you get a notification that the airlock is closing on their side and that they are breaking the umbilical, right? They're breaking down the umbilical and it looks like the ship is about to like break out and take off.
Okay. I mean, so I will call to the other pilot and say, hey, tell Darka no hard feelings.
So I think
We can exchange her for your captain later. I mean, that's not what I'm saying, but that's what I'm thinking. We can exchange Darka for Nash, so that's gonna be fine, right? Right.
so. Is this on speaker? Do you think?
Yeah. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, no, I understand. I mean, it's what I would have done. And I think I'm gonna turn. Did we name the pilot?
We did we? No, I didn't. Hold on just a moment. I have a thing to help me with that. I will do it. Oh, I think I've used up all the good names. Ingle Park.
Engel. So, well, Park, I think that either I'm going to I think we've got a choice here. Either I become a part of your crew, you become a part of ours, or I cap you here. So I think that's the kind of your choice is, do you want to be a part of our crew? In which case, these noobs here, they don't know the way. And, we're going to have to make sure that they either come to our side or we'll have to take care of them. Or you'll have to just bring me on and, we'll split pay, but you don't have a captain anymore. Or I just take you out right now.
Why are you even offering that as an option, Darka? You are too bloodthirsty. Why would I choose for you to shoot me in the face? We just lost 3 crew members. Sure, you can come aboard the crew. I guess I'm the captain now.
No, I'm the captain now.
Fine, you're the captain.
So what do we do with the young ones?
He points over towards the Sun Chaser. Do you meet them?
I'm sorry. What do we do with the? You said that there were 4 other crew members who were kind of playing.
Yeah.
And you said that they were kind of green recruits.
One was green. The one was cleaning their gun was green, and they had a uncle or a parent or something who was on the sensors and trying to keep a close watch on things.
Oh, I see.
Who totally
Okay.
missed you, so they must not be great at their job either.
So I misunderstood. I thought that we had a bunch of like greenhorns that were, left on the ship. Okay. So
It's a mix.
Yeah, we have some experienced people here too. That's going to be harder. It'd be harder to convince them. So how are you going to convince them? So Park, how are you going to convince them that I'm okay?
I'll put a word in for you, but really it's up to you. I'm sorry, Darka. Being a captain is way different from being a bounty hunter.
Great. So I think now's whenever I'm gonna flick the rifle and I'm gonna stun them.
Okay.
Put them down. And so this is my plan, and you tell me where I need to roll or what I need to roll.
Okay.
My plan is to stun the pilot, and then to basically vent the area that the other guys are in. Just vent it from oxygen so that they pass out. I don't want to, space them or anything. And then I think that's pretty much it.
Wild. Okay. So your plan then is to try to KO this whole crew.
Yeah,
that's pretty awesome.
I don't feel very, very good about Park, having my back. I mean, Park has my back as long as I've got a gun on him.
Yeah, that's exactly how long he has your back. You're 100% right. Okay, so I think that the Verpine engineer is going to try to stop the ship from choking them out.
Okay.
And I think that's what you have to contend against.
Okay, so is there any problem with me stunning Park?
No, that happens.
Okay.
You got the drop on him. He's thought he was able to talk his way out of this, but it didn't go his way.
And I think to prevent them coming in, I do the typical thing and I blast the controls on the side of the door, right?
It's the only way to stop the door from working is to shoot it. Yes.
Yeah. And then I'm going to go over and see if I can't try and cycle the oxygen out of that area, and that would probably be hacking or heat or disrepair. It doesn't really matter that much what I'm
That's
trying
true.
to do because I'm not
D6
trained
roll.
in it.
Yeah. I get what you're after, and I think a D6 is what you would normally roll, but you're hindered because you got a Verpine engineer who knows their own ship better than you, trying to stop you. Like, you're from a very powerful control point, but you're going to have to contend with that. So I'm going to give you a hindrance. Does that seem fair?
It does. Yeah. Okay. Let me roll that.
Good.
So I got a
All right.
3.
Okay. Anyone have any ideas for a partial success here?
I have an idea. What if so obviously to talk to Park, I had to take my helmet off from my spacesuit, right? And what if it vents the whole ship and we all pass out?
Oh, I was thinking that maybe one of them figures out what's going on and gets to the engine controls and turns off the engines.
Oh. A third option would be, what if one of them I thought you were going to say, what if one of them gets in a suit before it gets vented?
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah, I like that. So yeah, that's my favorite of those options. They're all pretty great though. You guys are good at this. You should GM for me next time. Because I kind of fell down on the job there. Thank you for helping me out. Yeah, you check through the visuals and you see that the kid passes out, that a couple of the others who are in the main ship, the Zabrak, they're out. You're good to go.
Sweet. So I think that's whenever I put my helmet back on, and I don't know how to get out of here. I'm gonna radio back over to Grask and say, okay, I've got the ship clear. I don't know how long these guys will stay unconscious, but I'm in the pilot. I'm not a great pilot, right? I can get by, but I'm in the pilot's the bridge. But everybody else is knocked out. So, and have you guys taken care of the guys over there?
Okay, so this took a bit of time, right? Because my thinking was as soon as the airlock was gone, we would be gone too.
Oh.
Because we didn't know if you were able to.
I love that. That's awesome. Yeah. So if you do all that work and then you find out that they're gone.
That's why I said I'm sorry, Darka.
Yeah.
That's what I was sorry about. I'm leaving her behind. We can trade her later for the captain. But we go now. We have calculated the jump. And we can take the other guys prisoner. They're hallucinating right now. We should be able to stun them, right?
Okay.
I mean that.
Nope.
So I know where you're headed, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to drop a buoy here with a radio, and then I'm going to head to Spaceport Trident Vespa as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I think this is the perfect opportunity for us to move to kind of an epilogue here, as you guys took over, like defeated the crew of the Stardust. You have some hallucinogenics, but a few broken vials that you used up. How do things end up for our captain?
So where is everybody at the end of this? We've got 3 of them in our hold.
You have 3 of them in your hold. You have everybody except for Darka with you.
And Darka has vented the atmosphere in their ship.
Except that, Darka.
We don't know that. We just jumped off when Darka got over there.
We think Darka's gone.
We think Darka was captured, maybe. or something like that, because she was in the carpet and there were 4 other crew members and doesn't look too good. But we got their captain right, so I guess we can make a trade or something.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking is, we get back and it looks like all the ducks are in a row. We're like, oh, we'll trade your person for this person. No hard feelings, Nash. It was a good game. Well played. You came out on the wrong side this time, kid. But and
That's awesome.
This was totally according to plan. We got our 3 credits. We get our person back.
It's true. You get your person back. You make some credits. You end up owing 3 credits out of what you got from the job just to fix all the stuff that got broken during the job. Yeah,
A standard job for us. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You got to break a few eggs to make a space omelet.
Cool. Let's do a round of. Do you guys want to do epilogue, or are we good with that's what happens? You keep on trucking.
Yeah, I have a great idea, just a real quick one that happens on Spaceport. Yeah, Vespa, and it's just Bud is unloading what's left and selling it to KT7R, who's Steven's droid from the Swoop gangs, and they haggle on the price back and forth. KT's this giant pit droid.
That's awesome. I just see that someone put in the picture for Captain IPOC, and that's great in the NPCs tab. So thank you for that. That's delightful. Cool. Any other epilogues folks want to throw in for their character?
Yeah, I think Darka eventually is able to land on the at Spaceport Trident Vespa, and I think whenever we do, I hail the Sun Chaser. That's our ship, right? Yes, the Sun Chaser. I hail the Sun Chaser and say, hey, you guys took off a little bit early. I've got it all taken care of. And I've basically trussed up these guys, put them in the brig or something. They were unconscious for long enough for me to tie them up, but that's about it. And then I think I'm like, we got a ship. We can call the other one a shuttle, right? Let's just take this one. It's much better. But, kind of as a closing part, who was the one crewman who was left?
The one crewman that was left
was it a Devaronian?
No, let's see. We had Zabrak, Verpine, 2 humans.
Oh,
your mentor.
Then it would have been a human. So one of the humans, we see talking to a hut, right? And telling them, that's cleared. That's the ship that you want. Those guys are the guys that have the debt. So, unbeknownst to Darka, maybe to anyone else, I think that Captain Garbo knows about it, but there's a hut debt out on this ship.
Nice. Cool. What about for Garbo? Any parting?
I don't feel like I got to know him and his situation enough to give any kind of epilogue.
Fair. Then Grask.
Yeah, I think all that's been going on. I think, you've got this better ship, right? You have a pilot, that guy that Darka, and maybe the rest of the crew goes, and I say, look what, guys, I'm staying with this ship. I like this ship. Then I walk around like, okay, this is kind of my ship now. And that's when I find the dead Leppy in the smuggling compartment and look like this. Oh, God, dang ferry. What am I going to do with you, huh? And then I think that we were close there.
Nice. Cool. Well, that will bring our little one shot to a close. Thank you all so much for playing this with me, for being game about a pretty silly version of a Star Wars game for us. It was nice to play some Star Wars after not running any Star Wars for a few weeks. So thank you for that. With that, you guys want to do? We got 1 minute left, so everybody gets 1 star and don't have to no wishes because there's no wishes to grant. It was a one shot. So let's go around the horn. Everybody gets 1 star, and then we'll close it out. I'd like to go first with your single star.
I'll go first. I liked Bud a lot, and I liked Bud and the captain throwing them in and yanking the hose. That was fantastic.
It was a good moment. Excellent star.
Star to Steven for checking in on tone, and I appreciate that. I enjoyed it. Was a little goofy, but I enjoyed the story we told. It was a lot of fun.
I will give a star to the story and the crew. That was a lot of fun, and yeah, getting back to Star Wars. Fine, great, thanks, and it's my star. I have lots more, but I get only the one.
Just the one. That's all you got. I will give a star to the Blurky Blaster Company. The Blurky, the fact that it kept coming back and that we've made it a thing that I want to stick into Star Wars now. The Blurky Blaster Company when Blast Tech isn't available. That's great. That's my star.
I appreciate folks throwing themselves into whatever was happening. I feel like I've done the 2400 a couple times now, and I find that it's just not something I jibe with. I was hoping to see it with better players, but like it is so minimal that it doesn't really create story. So I appreciate folks trying to draw story out of it. I do think we ended up in a weird kind of atonal place, but then we tried to keep it there, which, okay, that's what it was.
Yep, that's what it was. It was pretty silly.
I haven't ever played 2400 before, and it's super interesting. One piece of feedback, I specifically chose a really high skill of D12 to see what that was like, and it seems like it's almost impossible to fail. Not impossible, but it would be very difficult to fail with that high of a skill. I'd almost house rule that you can't have that high of a skill.
I think that's probably fair.
Yeah.
It gets a little wild at that point.
Yeah.
It was hard to challenge you guys at times. I think this game is interesting in the die results. I'm glad we got a few fails out there. But
yeah, in the beginning we got a lot of fails. That made the story, that actually created the story, right?
Yeah. And I felt like around the D6 there was tension. When you got D8, it was a little bit better, but when you got up to D10 and D12, there was no challenge. And so there was no story really out of it. So I did like, hovering around that D8 kind of area. And I thought that the ability to use hindrances to bring that down, like the hallucinogen and stuff like that, felt good. It was like, yeah, that puts it back into that sweet range.
It would have been interesting to play with the harm rules. Seem to be you take harm to your equipment, and if you can't break some piece of equipment, you die. That's how I read it.
Yeah, I get you. That's generally what it felt like to me too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, it would have been interesting to see a fight in it. Really.
The rules say if you're injured, you get a hindrance. So that implies that you would get injured before you get dead, right? I mean, I'm just saying.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a bad interpretation. Cool.
Okay.
All right. With that, we'll bring this game session to a close. Thank you all so much for playing.
Thank you.